I'm entering the same thing about this is the last in my 50s. So, I think it's important, some thoughts you need to, because you need to really get serious about some things, as you cross 40, because, health is one for sure. Like how you eat, what you eat. I think we should talk about AI as it relates, because I believe it's something that I think older people resist, new technology.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be so prevalent in the next few years, or maybe sooner, that it's going to be something you need to have some knowledge. You can't be knowledgeless. Like you have to understand what it is and try to teach yourself to the best of your ability to understand it. I think that's going to be vital in the next 10 years. And how
When do you?
Yeah.
I
I'm
got a
sorry. Go
question
ahead.
for you.
Yes.
I got a question. When do you feel like that light bulb goes off? Is it? And what I mean by that is, or in reference to, you talked about taking care of your body, eating better.
Mm-hmm.
When did you feel like you couldn't afford to just have the same diet or lifestyle that you did when you were 20s, 30s? At what point in your life was that?
It was actually my 49th birthday when it really hit me the hardest. I don't know. It was almost, I call it a mini depression. I don't know what I was going through. It was just not, I did not enjoy entering 50 at all, right? And all my thoughts about my life and what I wanted for my life required me to be able to continue to move and then, I'm in the realistic stage of watching my superhero, my father, age at a different stage of life, right? And how I see that, how real it is, right? Like, because we have the same birthday, so the same name, the same birthday. So,
that's crazy.
He's 23 years older than me. So it's like, that's not that long. And I'm like, okay, skip 23 years. And I'm like, I'm going to be at his age where he is now. And it's real, right? Like, so you either get real and understand that life is not, it's not as long as you think, right? And enjoy it. It's not, don't get morbid, but really spend some time absorbing what you really love about life.
I think it's crazy when you get to your late 30s, early 40s, as we're talking about, and I'm sure Dave, you realize how quickly that life goes. You said earlier, Rich, you think when you're 19 to 32, 33, or whatever it may be, like, oh man, I got forever.
Yeah.
And one of the things that stays on my mind the most at this age is like, damn, I can't believe that you thought that you had that much time. Like, how were you that blind to how fast this goes? And now you at this stage and you like, God damn, I should have knew this at 25. I should have knew this at 19. And I don't think you can blame yourself, but it does speak to what you said, Dave, in that midlife. Now, I wouldn't even call it crisis. That's too heavy of a word, but that stays, I know from my perspective, on my mind a lot at my age. It's like, man, I can't believe at 25 you thought like that, bro. I don't understand it. As a 43-year-old man, I don't understand how you thought like that.
Well, here's why you thought like that. Life is the greatest teacher, right? So you have to live through some stuff to really get it, to really understand it. Like, until you've experienced some real shit in your life that you can be like, okay, this is real. This is not, and I have to get through it, right? I can't fall apart. So it teaches you to be more appreciative. Like, I really need to take a step back. Like, I tell like everybody, a billionaire and the poorest person on earth gets the same 24 hours. You get that same gift. Every day. That's the same gift for everybody. How you treat that gift, you're only going to get so many. So if you keep taking them and just throwing them in the trash, throwing them in the trash, throwing them in the trash,
eventually you're just gonna have a garbage like a trash full of bullshit.
Exactly.
Versus what you want.
Yeah. So
absolutely. I was just about to say, I have so many questions about just that mindset and how you get there, and the beauty, I would say, and the complexity and of aging, I guess.
Yeah.
I got so many questions for you. We're gonna get into the conversation. That's
Sure.
gonna be our main topic. But
let's do it.
If you hear the voices, you already know what it is. It's another Friday with another week in the books crew. Book 2, chapter 49. I'm your host, Rich, joined by the legend Spike Lou. Spike Lou, how you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, feeling great, man. Glad to be having this conversation.
Absolutely. And we are not alone. You might hear a familiar voice. I can't even remember what chapter it was. One of our early chapters of starting book 2. Man, it seems like so. Speaking of times, seems like so long ago, but it really wasn't. David Swett Jr. was on the podcast with us. He's back again. Appreciate you, brother. How you feeling?
I feel wonderful, man. Life's great. I really take it in these days. I appreciate it.
I love that.
Glad to have my brother back.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm gonna talk about why, what my thought process was and why you'd be the perfect guest for this episode.
Okay.
Before we do, shout out to all the bookworms. Definitely appreciate y'all. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. I think we have some emails. I know we have a comment. I believe we have a question of the day too, Spike Lou, from one of the listeners. So a question of the week, should I say? I don't know if I said day or not. But let's go ahead and get over to YouTube. I believe there was one. Yes, we have Dejor Folk. Shout out to Dejor, man. Y'all were in my top show. Looking forward to it every weekend. That is in reference to the Spotify Wrapped. We talked about
appreciate it.
Top shows and all that, man. Can't tell you how much that means to know that out of all the podcasts. Now, think about this real quick, Spike Lou. Out of all the podcasts that you can find that are at your fingertips, we got people that say, this is my favorite. This is the one I'm going to listen to the most. Like I know sometimes when you're in the race and you're trying to elevate and trying to do certain things and make moves, you have that tunnel vision of that goal and what it looks like. But when you really stop and slow down and say, yo, there are thousands and hundreds of thousands of podcasts that are available to everyone's listening. And people thought enough of us and what we have to say to make it their most listened. Like, that's incredible to me. Like, I shout out to you, man. I appreciate you, man. Like, I can't tell you how much that means because it's insane. Like, it's only the start, but it's dope.
I'm in agreement with you, and we'll get into this and what David talked about. And I don't want to take too long because I know these are comments, but I really appreciate it because doing it 5 times a week as I do, and as I spread myself throughout these different podcasts that I do, I forget that, like, there's some platforms, like whatever your favorite platform or what you listen to me on, I just forget how important it is to me because I know how important podcast is to me. I want the Joe Budden podcast here Wednesday that is loaded up to be right there. Yeah. So I don't take for granted when people say, hey, this was my favorite podcast, in doing so many podcasts that, like, nah, y'all make sure y'all stay on y'all shit, and I appreciate what y'all do. So thank you.
Absolutely, man. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Thank y'all. Please remember to hit us up. Let us know what you think. Comments on the episodes, the whole 9 chapters, should I say. Wanted to get into a question of the week. Actually got a couple of them for you, but we only going to ask one. We're only going to ask one. We'll save some for these next weeks. But
you brought these up? Somebody came up.
This one I came up with.
Okay.
This one I came up with, and then another one, but I'm gonna save it for a different time because I read the question. I'm like, we'll talk about that. And David, you can answer this as well. If you had to pick a fictional character to be your life coach, who's the worst who's the worst possible option and why?
The worst possible.
The worst person to be your life coach. Twist.
Of fictional characters.
A fictional character. It could be a book. It could be a TV character. It could be a movie character. Just the worst person to be able to take life advice from.
What you got, Rich? Since it's your question, let me give us a a template?
I didn't even think about the answer. I thought about it. Which one am I? Now I'm thinking. The first one that came to my mind was McNulty.
That you took my goddamn answer, man.
Yeah, McNulty might be one of the first people, and I'm trying to think of who had more audacity than McNulty. I'm trying to think of who I would not listen to. Maybe E from Entourage. I wouldn't take any advice from E.
That's
there's not one thing. There's not one thing
or
he can
drama
tell me that I'm listening to.
I ain't taking no advice from drama either.
But
I'll go and take. I say Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones. I'm not taking.
Cersei was cold though, so you can learn some things from Cersei.
She wasn't a strategist. I don't think she had it. She had the gall, but she ain't had a like. I need to figure this out.
I got you.
She got tricked too many times for me.
I ain't mad at that.
Dave, you don't watch a lot of TV though.
See, I don't. But I'm gonna date myself because I hear these names. I don't know who any of these people you just mentioned are. So I found that funny, right? And but my first thought was in my childhood, we had a character called Pee Wee Herman, right? And
definitely don't take no advice from.
And that was the first person that popped in my head when you said that. I was like, "What?"
That's a good one.
What fictional character? And I was like, Pee Wee Herman would be the first person that from my
especially knowing how he got caught up,
right? And then knowing what I know now as well.
That's wild.
Yes,
that's wild.
So he was the first person that popped in my head. But I was listening to your I was like, okay, I don't know any of these people.
Have you ever watched? Yes. Have you ever watched Game of Thrones?
I've never watched Game of Thrones.
No. The Wire.
I've not seen one episode.
What about The Wire?
Never seen one episode. Yes.
Listen,
I mean, Wire you would like, Dave. You would like. I know you're not a TV person, but I think still you would appreciate what it is.
Right. You know,
and the other one is Entourage.
I've watched Entourage. Now I like that. I've seen. I do know the people.
Okay.
I did misspeak. I do know the Entourage characters. I like the Entourage. But here's the thing that's happened to me as I gotten older. I don't care for anybody else's drama. Like I don't even care. Like so shows are mostly drama, right? Like and I just don't have the energy to suck up anybody else's. Like I like my space drama feel, and I don't even want my TV other than sports that provide that for me. I don't want to I just don't have the space or energy to suck it in.
Who your squad? Who your football team?
Man, come on! I'm a Titans fan. You know, I'm born and raised.
You
know, it's rough right
Nashville
now.
through and through.
No, I mean it's rough.
Did you like somebody before the Titans? Because that's why I'm not a Titans fan.
Well, not really.
I like somebody.
I like the NFL, right? And I kind of was at that point. A lot of TSU guys were coming out and going in the league, so I followed a lot of them where they went. Jefferson Joe played for Pittsburgh, so I liked Pittsburgh until they kind of got rid of him. And then Too Tall Jones went to Dallas. So, and then
there we go.
And
there we go. You should have stayed on that bandwagon right there, Dave.
Why? They haven't won in 30 years either. Like I don't. I
don't know what the I don't even know what the fuss is about.
Right. I mean, it's so.
Never mind. I can't say nothing right now. Let me stop.
You know, so it's it became about players. You know, before the Titans, and I would, you know, certain guys I saw maybe playing college, and then they would go to different teams. So I started looking. I would watch that team based on that more so than just me having this one team I wanted to win every year. And but I was also a part of bringing the Titans here. Like I was in the middle of that, like as a young businessman. Like,
oh, that's dope.
Like the meeting, the press conference, the yes to bring them to here. It was at Sweats, really at our place. So you know, so I was heavily in the middle of that, and you know, so I was so deeply.
I see why that's your team.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, and
you got a roof.
Right. And then we went to the Super Bowl year one. Right. So that kind of just, you know, and Steve. Oh, year one in the stadium.
I was gonna say, well, okay.
No, what you got to realize when they first came,
they got here in '99.
They were in Memphis. Yeah. They were in Memphis the first year.
Yeah, and played at the Liberty Bowl.
And then they played at Vanderbilt the second year.
Yeah,
and then the stadium opened in that first year of the stadium.
Yeah, that's true.
So people really didn't even attach to them until they got to the stadium. It was like that was the year that they kind of felt like it was finally our team. And they were even called the Tennessee Oilers during those first 2 years. They weren't even the Titans. So it was like it's bit of history there. We'll move on from that. But that's what led me there. That's what led me there. Yeah.
So we always got a question
sure.
that we like to lead out with. What are you most proud of that you did this week? Whether you did it for yourself, you did it for someone else. What's the most proud of you are this week?
I did this week, the most proud. That's an interesting question. Because I don't know that I think of my life in those terms anymore. Like what gives me
interesting
pride.
Talk about that. What do you mean by that?
I mean, I live in my pride, right? I don't do unprideful. I don't try to. I mean, I'm sure I don't hit the mark I'm not saying I don't, but I don't really focus on what can I do that's gonna make me feel proud or chase that feeling. Like my greatest moment is I cooked dinner with my dad right before the show. And,
I think that's
we had dinner together, right? As simple as that. His mom, that's our, we're stepbrothers. I don't know if people know that, but his mom and my dad are married. And so for my stepmom and my dad, I cook dinner every Wednesday. And that time is my favorite, it's one of my favorite parts of the week.
What y'all have tonight? What y'all eat?
Man, he wants a steak every week.
Steak. Yeah, I knew I was going to say no, it's a steak.
It's simple. He's a simple man. It's not get him a steak on the grill, and he's a happy person. Or either some lamb chops, but mostly steak. So yeah, that gifts for I got families that I know through who will probably work for me and things who have kids that I know don't have. I don't like to talk about it really. But they, fathers may not be in their life. And I know, like I try to, I always get them, start of the school year and Christmas, I get them a pair of Jordans just so they can be cool when they go to school, right? Because I know how important it is to be able to walk in school.
Facts.
Absolutely.
To me, that's, for a kid, I think that's one of the most undervalued.
That's one of the biggest things.
One of the most undervalued things that parenting miss about parenting is you want to really make it let him feel whatever makes that child feels cool. Let them have that feeling when they walk into school. If you can provide,
that can change the trajectory of your social experience.
Exactly,
it really can.
The whole experience in life.
Honestly, if you don't feel that at a young age, then it can get crazy. So
it can really get crazy fast for you. And
another
go ahead.
The TV show reference right there, to Atlanta. They did a great job with that episode with the FUBU shirt. And showing how that really is a thing in the Black community. But to answer the question, mine's simple, Rich. There was this person today. I was at the office. She was lost. White lady, probably didn't expect me to help her. Totally discombobulated. She was trying to find this place because she was a caterer. And I could have just told her where to go, but I walked with her and showed her where it was at because I was familiar with the area. And she was so impressed by that because she probably don't have those type of interactions with people that look like me on a daily basis. She's like, "What's your name?" And she was like, "May God bless you." It was just taking 2 or 3 seconds, not to just get on the elevator, not to tell her, "Hey, man, take this left, walk through this courtyard. It's right there on your left." But just actually walking there with her and showing her because she said she was running late. You could tell she was discombobulated. She didn't know where she parked it and all this other shit. So she was thoroughly impressed by how I was able to do that for her. And that was a proud moment. Not because she was impressed. I didn't give a fuck about that. But that triggering that action in my mind to do that for her versus just telling her and put my headphones back on and walking off on her.
Was it something? What triggered you to do it?
This?
Like, what was it
honest,
that?
These conversations?
Yeah.
Like I think about this all the time. Like the conversations that we have and how intentional I want to be at this age in my life and this stage of my life. Like it's easy to like, hey man, why are you talking to me? Like we told this story not too long ago about the dude that came up to me on the elevator and wanted advice about his love life from a nigga like me that I don't even know you, bro. Why are you asking me this? But to take a couple of minutes and be like, you know what, I can be a human being right now and like just do what I would want to be done for me.
Yeah, it's powerful though. I mean, it's powerful. Yeah.
The evolution of Spike Lee was one of the greatest things, man. One of the most beautiful things I've seen, man. Like, for real. I mean that. I mean that, man. That's
y'all contribute a lot to it.
I can attest to that.
I appreciate you.
I've watched it from being a teenager all the way to this.
Yeah, man. I think because you said the intentionality, you're choosing to do it. It's not, you know, you know that I can go left or right, and I'm choosing to go right. So I think that's dope. Mine is I told myself, so I've been eating like trash for like the past month, like for real. Like ever since like that weather really started turning cold, I'm eating like trash. So I told myself at the beginning of the month that I was going to go on a 3-day juice cleanse to get everything started. And I told myself I was going to start it on the 8th, and I started it on the 8th. Like did the prep work beforehand. You don't just ease into it. You kind of prep yourself the day before, get your body ready, and then you start it, and then you kind of ease it back into eating regular foods. But today is day 3 of the 3-day, and just the feeling that it gives me mentally, like, because this is all mental. Like you remind yourself what your body's capable of, you mentally can be there. If your mind tells yourself you can do something or it can be done, like you're built to withstand a lot of stuff.
Yes.
It's been 3 days. I haven't eaten solid food since Sunday. I've literally been drinking cold pressed juice, day and night, 100 ounces of water, just kind of detoxing my system so I can kind of get back on a healthy lifestyle when it comes to my diet. And just going into it, knowing, man, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. The fact that I was able to stick to it and really just get the benefit of what it's doing for me, how I feel, be able to lock in, focus a little bit more. I feel great. I thought I'd be sluggish. I thought I'd be irritable. I feel good. Like, and I'm like, I could do an extra day, and not just because, but I don't feel the need to necessarily jump back in if my body's still flushing stuff out, and then we kind of get back on the right track. So that's been pretty cool. Like, I can't hold you.
Hey. Are you juicing yourself or are you buying it? Like how is the process of this?
There's this place called Fresh Time. And they sell a lot of organic things. They have their own juice bar in their grocery store.
Right.
So they fresh squeeze everything. So right now, this one I'm drinking right now is celery juice, kale juice, lemon juice.
So for the last 3 days, that's all you've consumed?
Yeah, different varieties of juices. Yes, I've drank pretty much six juices a day.
Like
16 ounces. 6 a day. It's all 16 ounces and about 100 ounces of water.
The next step you need to do is do it just to water.
Yeah, so my boy did a 10-day water cleanse.
Yeah.
Just all water. Crazy, but he told me after day 3 it was easy.
I did a 10-day. I did a 10-day once, but I've done a 3-day here. Like after that, I try to do at least one 3-day a year where I just water cleanse. And, man. Yeah.
And honestly, the way I feel right now,
water, no food,
just water.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I feel like I could start implementing this at least twice a year, just kind of reset. Or anytime I have a stretch where a lot's going on, you eating like trash, either fast food or doing whatever, just kind of reset and just get back on the right path. I think that's important. And like I said, I can't explain the feeling because you think it's gonna be one thing, but I feel perfectly fine. I wouldn't think that I haven't eaten a solid food since Sunday.
Right.
No cravings, no nothing.
Nah, because once you get past, so it starts day 1, it's all mental. It's all you're thinking about is, man, I really could go for X, Y, and Z. And then day 2, you're telling yourself, well, shit, it's only 3 days. I'm already in the middle. I get through this day, I'm good. And literally day 3, it's a breeze because you tell yourself, oh, I can have some food tomorrow if I want to and get back to it. But there's also a part of me that's on some shit. I can go another day. Until I feel like it's actually ready and go. It's not hindering my health, my mood, anything like that. So I don't know. It's just being able to put something in front of yourself.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's actually increasing your health. Because the body is designed. We're not designed to eat like we eat. I mean, we weren't designed to have access to food like we do 24/7. Eat whenever we want to eat. I mean, before humans had to catch food, grow food. So you might not have food today. If you don't make a catch, it's possible you weren't gonna eat today. So that was a part of life, the human experience in it. And if I don't know I don't profess to people spiritual, but even in the Bible, every big challenge led with a fast. Like, I mean, so it's more of a strengthening than it is anything. It strengthens the body, strengthens the mind, and it recenters you that, first of all, food is not everything. We get consumed with food. It's like a drug too, you get addicted to it. So
facts.
And you got
the first thing they wake up, they think about what I'm gonna eat today.
Right. And you need to always break addiction. Like, it's just good to take the time to be like, okay, let me not make this. Let me be bigger than the addiction, right? And like you said, the 3 days kind of gives you that, okay, I'm bigger than my food addiction, so.
Yep, and then you carry on and go from there. So yeah, man, it's been a good week. Like I said, looking forward to winding down for the holidays. Also, this is a good time to tell y'all bookworms. We will not be recording the last 2 weeks of the year. We normally record on Wednesdays. That is Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. We will be taking those 2 weeks off and be back the first week of January. This may or may not be Spike Lou's last episode of the calendar year. We will have an episode next week. Schedule permitting, Spike Lou will be with us. If not, I'll have a guest with us, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, hopefully. But if not, been a pleasure, my brother, all 2025.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to what we got 2026. This is just the beginning, so we'll take it from there. But as I mentioned, we got David Swett Jr. on the episode with us. I have been, I kind of was telling Spike Lou, it hit me last month that I'm about to enter the last year of my 30s. 38 years old, January, I'll be 39. And I don't know, something about, I've always been a big fresh start person, like New Year's, start of the month, new week, just kind of like that fresh energy. Whatever's in the past, let's wipe it away. Let's get things rolling. And there's something that I feel about, this is the last time I'm ever going to say I'm 30, whatever. It's 40s from here on out. And just that idea of, how did this even happen so fast? Like, I swear I was just 16. I was just 18. I have vivid memories of things that just happened, or I feel they just happened, but it was really 20 years ago. And that's what really messed me up when you're thinking about something, thinking it happened 2-3 years ago, and somebody tell you, like, bro, that was 9 years ago. That was 11 years ago, bro. What you talking about? And it's like, what? That just happened. And sometimes these thoughts can consume you. Not just me personally, but I know people are obsessed with the idea of aging. People always try to do what they can to look younger, feel younger, which obviously taking care of yourself is always going to be in style. But what is life going to look like? What does all of this even mean? Does this have any value? Who's gonna think about me once I'm going from here? Like, what's gonna happen? Some people might think, what am I gonna miss? You know what I mean? Like, what are the things I'm gonna miss out on?
Who you gonna think about once they gone from here? We at that age.
Yes, exactly. Who I think about once they leave. That was a great point, Spike Lou. All of it is it's a reality. You just hit the point where it's a reality, and I wanted to make sure we had you on. A, I know we've been wanting to have you back on anyway, but B, I know you are older than both of us, and still out here doing the things that you want to do.
Gracefully older than both of us.
Yes. Aging gracefully and still doing what you want to do, and maybe get some insight into what that does feel like. What does 60 really feel like, or 59? Does it feel like we think it does, or is it the same way I feel now at 40? Like, hey, I still mentally there. I still feel like I did when I was 18. I'm a more matured version of that. And am I going to feel that way at 60, so on and so forth? Like, it's just interesting. I never thought aging would be like this.
I look at, ironic, the name of this, it's chapters, right? Books in the chapter. Yep. I look at my life really as I've gotten to, this chapter, like each decade is as a chapter, right? Like, what was my 40s like? What was now I'm ending my 50s, right? And I'm about to enter into 60s. And for me, it's been the best era. I mean, honestly.
Which one? The 50s?
This era now. I mean, the 40 to 50.
The late 40s to 50s?
Yes, because once I got over whatever it is you go through when you start hating getting older, you're like, oh my God, I'm getting older and things are happening. And you go through that little mental spat and recognize it and accept it. It's just like any other investment, right? Everything is investment. Like, it goes back to, what am I going to invest in myself now? Because this is my time that's left. Like, I've raised my children. I've worked my whole life. So my time, when I think of my time, I think of it very, like, what do I want to do? And what do? I chase what I love. And I believe, too, manifestation. What you have on your mind is what you become.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. You mentioned earlier that entering, you said 49, you entering 50 was, you just had no enjoyment about it. What was that like? What do you think that came from?
Well, a couple of things happened. My last child was leaving the house, right? I mean, I have 4 children, so I raised 4 children. And you don't really realize how much that fills a portion of your life until it walks out the door for the last time. And I don't have to be anywhere for practice. I don't have to pick somebody up here. I don't have to take somebody there. I don't have to give, whatever the daily life of being a parent is no longer there. And so now this afternoons, you realize, okay, I haven't been hanging out with my friends because I've been raising a family. What do I do now that I have all this extra time? And you recognize, like, I don't even really, like, a lot of people realize they didn't even have a life. They're like, your life was your kids, it was your family, it was everything. And so, for me, I just started to try to imagine, what do I want now? What do I want to do? And once I got to that point, I decided I'm going to get in better shape. So I added exercise as a part of my my life routine. Like, I promised myself to do something every day. Like, whether it's yoga, Tai Chi, go to the gym and actually hit the weights a couple times a week, play pickleball, play golf, something physical to combat, because what you do notice is atrophy is quick when you get past 40. Like, your muscle deteriorates at double the speed now. So whatever it was deteriorate now, it speeds up to twice the speed. So the only way to combat that is to lift weights.
Yeah. Stay in shape,
And I read a study that people who lift weights live 35% longer. 35%. Like, that's, to me, sold me. Like, I'm a numbers guy. So if I can gain 35% by doing one thing,
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because I've seen people on interviews, and famous people and whatnot, who say the phrase, especially like musicians, they might say, hey, if I knew I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself.
No doubt. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might be 70, 72, and they look at life and they might not be able to live it the way they want to live it at that age. Because you mentioned earlier about, hey, how many summers do I have left? And not only that, how many can I actually enjoy doing what I want to do? Was that a mindset going into it, as far as you wanted to make sure you were in shape and healthy to enjoy every single ounce of summer that you had, and so on and so forth?
I really locked in and spent time inward instead of outward. Yeah. What do I want from life? Right? And what I wanted I've always wanted is to see the world. Like, I love travel. I love going to new places, meeting new cultures, eating new food, seeing how people live their daily life and how it differs from how we live ours. That is probably my greatest joy that life brings me. So, I'm a minimalist. I minimalized my life from that point. My living arrangements, what kind of cars I drive, reduced what I spend, and then add more to travel. Right? I increased travel. So,
I got a question.
Yes.
you mentioned that you took some time to look inward and realize what it was that you wanted to do. What does that look like?
It's different
What does that
for
look
every,
like for you?
it's different for every person. I mean, I can't.
No, yeah, for you. I'm
Yes.
talking about what does that look like for you? If you
For
don't mind
me,
sharing.
for me, it became, you know, I want to wake up every day with a purpose. Like I got my grandchildren now. I have 3 grandchildren. My children are grown, so my purpose now is changing. Right? It's not the same. I don't have to raise children, but I've worked my entire life, and I feel, you know, without apologetic, I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to live and do the things that I've always dreamed of doing, and I invest in those things. You know, I want to be able to, you know, I think about, okay, what's the maximum bag? This is really thoughts I have. 50 pounds is the weight of a bag that you put on a scale to travel. That's the maximum weight, or you got to pay more. So when I'm lifting weights, I go in the gym and I grab a 50-pound weight, and I continue to be able to pull it up above my head. So I'm like, as long as I can put 50 pounds above my head, I can live the life that I want to live. So
Yeah, I like that.
literally, that is my thought. Like I want to continue to have the strength to lift that 50 pounds up and put it in that overhead bin if I need to put it in that bin and go where I want to go. But also, you know, the mind, like I think I started to understand that my mind is the driver. Like if I spend a lot of time upset about getting older, I'm just upset.
I got a question
Yes.
in the sense of where you are now versus, like you said, we're stepbrothers, so I've been knowing you for 20 plus years.
Yes.
What's the difference in the mindset that you had 20 years ago? Like you have this aura about you now. You're doing the things you want to do. You just spoke about how I live my life with intention. What do you wish at our age, like Rich and I are now, like what do you wish you had known more of at that age?
Understood investing.
Okay.
How does that, if I'm going to go to work, if I'm going to earn money, I need to pay future David.
I want to make sure I'm able to live this lifestyle that I want.
And when you're younger, you have the energy for the grind. You have the energy to work longer. You have the energy to do more. So in that energy and space, you need to understand that instead of, I mean, just think about this. This is little stuff, right? This is not you stuff. 4 weekends at 20 through your 20s. How many times did you spend $100, $200, $300 a weekend? In your 30s, how long did this? How often?
Yeah,
So if you, and this is what I'm talking about. When I looked in, I took all. You look at your bank. Like I said, look at your bank account for the last 3 months. I can look at your bank account and tell you where your priorities are.
Yeah.
Because you put your money what you prioritize first, right? So if you start to look at your money and say, what is really important to me? And then I'm going to prioritize that. That's going to be priority, nothing else. My money is going to go to my priority, not anything. Everything else is secondary versus everything else being first and my priorities being second. When you're a father, when your kids are your priority, right? Like your money is not your money. Like you got to make sure they survive. They don't have a way of surviving themselves. That pressure for me in my father stage that's what got me up to go do all this stuff, because I knew I can't fail these people. Like these are my children. Like I can't walk through this door and tell them I failed and we can't eat, we can't do whatever it is we need to do. So that pressure was the first fuel I remember in my young adult life. And I did it so blindly that the moment they left, it was such an empty space for me. I was literally, I didn't know what to do with my time. Like I had no idea, because that was all I did. So I had to, but I'm not that kind of a person. I'm a hustle, go person. So I really had to figure out, okay, what do I even want? Like, I don't even know what I want. I haven't really taken the time to think about it. So, and for me, it was like, I started looking at what I had, what I was doing, what I was spending money, and a lot of it was just on stuff that wasn't serving me, like in a way. Yeah. It wasn't serving.
Does that tie into, was part of that maybe trying to figure out who you were at the same time as well? Not just what you liked, but who you were, or do you feel like you had a firm grip on that?
Who am I now?
Okay, got you. Who's this version of myself?
Right. Who doesn't have to worry about a child, who doesn't have to worry about scheduling my life around that. Like, how do I schedule my life now from this stage on? And how do I chase my joy? Like, I know, it sounds, selfish, but I think you're better for everybody when you do that.
Was that transition difficult? Like, did you find yourself saying, I'm being selfish and I want to do the things that I want to do? I don't care.
We had a moment where we were at the house, all of us. It must have been a holiday. I don't know. There was something going on. And I looked at you and recognized that I've been knowing you all of this time. You've been right there. And as an older brother, I have yet to even extend. You remember, I was like, look, that hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, it hurt me that whatever my life was, I didn't open up a sliver of space for the person that's been right there. Not that I had animosity. It wasn't anything like that. So I don't want to say it. I just never really opened up to it. And I think my space gave me time to focus on stuff like that. Like, what about my life am I missing? Who am I missing? Spending time with my dad other than just work. Just going and have dinner, right? Let's just hang out. We're not talking about nothing. It's not about no work. It's not about nothing important. We're just spending some time. Yeah.
I can definitely relate to that. Like, now that I go home, it used to be, I've been living in Atlanta 15 years now. I used to go home. I don't want to hang out with my friends. I feel like I missed them, and I feel like I missed the things they were doing. And let's go do this. Let's go to this club. Let's do whatever. Now, when I come home, it's like I want to hang with you. I want to hang with your dad, my mom. I want to hang with my family. Just because, like, not even in a morbid sense, in the sense of I don't know how long this is going to happen.
Right.
That is definitely a part of it. But also, I enjoy this more.
Exactly.
I don't want to do that other stuff.
Right.
I want to be right here. Like, I want to have lunch with my mom.
Exactly.
I want to talk to Dave with him and his son and go have pizza.
Exactly.
Like, those are, or go play golf.
Exactly.
Like, those are the things. Like, oh shit, this is way more fulfilling for me than the stuff that I thought that was cool in my early 20s or early 30s, late 20s, early 30s.
I got a question related to that. Let me get your thoughts on this. So, what do you think that is? And this is for both of y'all. What do you think that is that seems to be a natural growth in some people and other people just can't get there? What I mean is just the ability to mature and move on to the next phase of life. So where you just mentioned, Spike, hey, there's at one point when I was younger, I would go out, kick it with my friends. Now I want to kick it with my family. You know, they say, excuse me, what I'm about to say. What did academics call Fabulous and Mano on them?
Old niggas?
No. There was like there was a play on words that they called them.
I don't know. I
don't know. Either way, it was something that went viral recently, but I believe them. Pretty much those people who are 50, 55, still stuck in a 27-year-old mentality. As you've grown and you've seen people come and go in and out your life, whatever the case may be, whether they're friends or just associates, what do you think the biggest thing is that separates people who are able to age and versus who's try to still live in this lifestyle?
That's a good question. I'll jump in before you, Dave. I still enjoy what I said, though. I still enjoy going out and hanging out with my friends when I come home.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it. Like, we still, like, the last time that I was in Nashville a couple weeks ago, like, me and my best friend went out. We had a great time. We laughed, like, jokes that me and him would only understand. However, what ranks higher to me than that is, like what I said, I'm hanging out with my mom and I'm going to have a sandwich for lunch. I'm hanging out with Dave, and we having pizza talking about like, hey, we want to do this thing, this podcast thing, while I'm hanging out with him and his son playing golf. Like those things are just way more important to me now than going out and having a good time. I'm having a good time when I'm with my family and I'm with my friends and I'm with people that I can trust, people that I love, people who pour into me. And you don't get that, I don't think, like just going out to the club with your homeboys, even though it's still fulfilling, it's fun. I don't want to shit that down at all. But I still like the last time that I came to Nashville, me and Dro met up. Like I ain't met up with him and talked to him. Shout out to a co-author in these chapters. We just went and sit and chilled and drunk and talked. And it was fun. We had fun. We talked, we laughed. That's way more important now than going out and being seen, going to the club. Like all of those things are irrelevant to me now. So
but some people never get to that point. That's what I'm saying. What do you think it is that separates it? Maybe you can't answer it.
I think it's you never were at peace with your 20s and 30s and 40s. You're still chasing that. You're still chasing that whatever you were hoping to be, instead of understanding that it's over. I mean, like you said, when you're very soon, really take in these last few months, because you're right. You won't be 30 anymore. You will never be able to say I'm 30 something again. You will say I'm 40 something. And if you think it went fast now, I was just your age last year. I swear it was last. Like
that's what I
already know.
I love
it's
that.
Like it just goes faster. It doesn't really slow down. And so you have to be intentional about slowing it down and taking in what's really more important to you, right? What's really the most, like, what really brings joy? Like Spike Lee says, like, for me, it's with my son, like my youngest son, Jordan, every Saturday morning through the summer and until we just recently, 3 weeks ago, couldn't play anymore. Every Saturday morning, crack of dawn, we get up, meet at the golf. He's like, meet me at the golf course. Every Saturday morning, we play golf. For me, there's nothing not even close, that's better than that. That is the pinnacle of joy for me. And then when Spike is there, or my mom's husband Mike plays, like my other stepfather. So those times when I play with my son Jalen, that lives in Seattle, if I'm out there, is the best time. That 3 hours, 4 hours, we're just talking. The rest of the world doesn't mean anything for this moment right now. And I think we get so caught up in, I think social media has played a bigger role in this for your generation than for mine. But I think, the whole, I guess it's an old term, but reclaiming your time is kind of the best way to say it. Like it's your time now to enjoy life. Like you are who you are. That hay is in the barn. It's now, how do I really live my joy? Like, some people can't get satisfied with who they are.
It's interesting because I feel like that would probably come from the feeling of always chasing something versus finding peace in something.
Yeah, it's like this feeling that you never really found it or happy or know what it is. Like, I mean, I've had friends that I've seen, my friend group since high school, I literally have 2 or 3 friends that we went to preschool together, like nursery school together, been friends since. And the evolution, and I mean, if they watch this, I'm not gonna call names, but I'm sure they know who they are. But the evolution of the group, like, when we were all 18, 16, 15, leaving high school, man, it was just everybody was so full of life and bright, and you watch life treat people in different ways, and some people just can't get joy again. They can't find what they need.
That's a good point.
to be happy. And that for me is sad because, you know, the pain, like you have to take the pain and find the joy. There's something behind every pain. There's something behind it, right? There's always a greater joy. I mean, my mom and dad was my first memory of a great pain when my mom and dad divorced.
Mm.
That's my first, where I remember really being just crushed. But out of that, since that greatest pain, I know Spike Lee, like a brother. I know Lisa. I mean, she's the truth in my life. I know my stepdad, Michael, who is now married to my mom, who is unbelievable in my life. So what come from that pain, like if I spent all the time on the pain, I would never, you know, and that's really what happened with Spike Lee was I realized, like, I don't even really know this brother. Like, he been right in my life right here. I mean, and at that point, I tried to get to, that's when I was just like, I want to know you. I want to know what you do. Tell me about your life, you know. Let me figure out who you are. I mean, your version of you. I just want to know what you do. And now, you know, I'm a part of this, what he does in his world right now, because if that never hit me, I mean, you know, and I think when I open my mind up to asking, you know, God to shake me in the directions I need to go, and I'm open to that, he started opening my life up to the directions I need to go. I mean, it was as simple as that. And that's why I believe your mind is the most powerful driver in your whole journey. Like, if you want something, get up and think about that every day.
That's powerful.
You know,
that's real.
Like, people get addicted to different things, you know, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with anything, right? I mean, if you like to watch TV, you like to do things, but you got to understand, what are you depositing in that, and what is it giving you back? Is it giving you back what you really want, right? Like long-term happiness or long-term joy. And, you know, and that's why, you know, I think sometimes I've pulled away from TV shows. I used to watch a lot, but I think, you know, I'd rather work on a different project or go see my grandkids or figure out my next trip. Like I'm talking to my wife right now. I mean, we just got back and I'm literally planning one for January. I'm ready to go, you know, every month.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how it should be. But that's
I mean,
that
I
like you
want to
said,
speak to
that's like you want it. Go ahead.
yes.
facts. I just want to speak to something you said. I look from it as a point of admiration to David being my big stepbrother now. I remember when he called me and was vulnerable enough to say, hey, to a lot of the stuff that he's speaking to, I've been around you so long and I don't know you. And that being the person that I am really took me aback. I won't say fascinated, but it really moved me. Because if I'm looking at him in the sense of what he's just saying, and like we've been around each other for so long, but we don't really know each other. And he extended this olive branch for us to get to know each other. It meant so much to me. Like it almost brought me to a point of emotional, like, damn, that's crazy because I've never thought about that. And I should have, but he did. And that speaks to the conversation that we have in age. And he was old enough and able to be in the mentor seat enough for him to reach out and say that. And it really registered with me. And our relationship since that point has been really different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at him now as like a real brother, as to before, maybe to my fault and how I was brought up and how I was raised, like not having men in my life, never looked at him like that. But him extending that to me and being like, now this needs to happen. We need to talk. Your mom, my dad, they're in a relationship, been in a relationship for 20 years. They're married. There's no reason I shouldn't know more about you. He extended the olive branch to me, and I was like, that was so powerful. It was like, damn, I never expected that from him because he he can do his thing. He can go on and do whatever he wants to do without me, and it don't matter. But he made the choice for us to have that phone call that day, and it's registered with me ever since. Just like I was talking about with the question of the week for giving that person the directions from the elevator.
Yeah,
it's those things. It's like people who I look at and think are great people doing things and extending olive branches. Why wouldn't I do that?
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to ask you, do you feel like do you have anybody that you can reach down to? I don't want to say reach down, but reach across or kind of extend that same grace and extend that same
with. That's
probably like just on some,
I can't think of them off the top of my head, but yeah, that's probably people.
You know what? This is how you get to it, and I'll be honest. Like I said, you manifest. Like I literally get up in the mornings and I say, God, put in my life the people I need that need whatever it is. Whatever it is I can do, those people, put them in my path. And when I started doing that, the emotion that Spike felt hit me in my house by myself that I saw back I started seeing a reel of the years of us being in the same space. And I never have even just walked up to the brother and just like reached out as the older brother and just was like, hey, and I was like, I just saw my failure in that. And it really emotionally hit me. And I was like, I got to call him and let him know, look, we can't let another day. Like, I don't want to let another moment go by that we not talking and figuring out who each other is. It's just,
and it's not capturing what he's saying. Like I felt the emotion when we had the phone call. It made me emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a truly transparent space in which we have on this podcast. Like it wasn't he's just doing this because this, that, and the third. It was a true emotion that sparked emotion in me and made me want to go out and do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So I think you have to manifest the life you want.
Facts.
And nobody is going to, like, you are the designer. And I think that's one thing I wish I knew earlier. Like, I wish I could figure that out early and I didn't spend so many time chasing making other people happy versus chasing making myself happy, which will in turn benefit everybody else.
And I'll double down on it and say that conversation made me reach out to the people who I feel like are brothers to me and want to have a more, like, I post that conversation to people that I grew up with, that I feel like were brothers, like who I've mentioned on this show before, Rich Dro, or all of my friends that I've been knowing for that long of time. I reached out to them and extended that same thing that he extended to me. Like, no, I want you to understand that I love you. You're my brother. Like, we can talk about anything. We can go through anything. I'm not going to judge you. It is what it is. I just want to have a relationship with you. It made me more open to doing those things. And I can credit Dave to doing it for me.
Yeah. And I think that's important,
Yeah. I think just making sure that, once again, bringing up the word intentionality, being intentional about, it's so easy when somebody just crosses your mind just to reach out to them. I did that today. Just send a text. Like, it ain't got to be nothing long. It can just be like, hey, man, I'll just think about you, whatever the case may be. Or showing up for people that you say. I think one of the things is, and I'm curious to know if this has ever happened in phases of your life, David, where you took inventory of your life, of the people around it. Like you said, I'm asking God every day to put the people in my life that I need. I'm sure you had those phases where you might have had people that you thought were going to be around forever that are no longer around, as far as just because we went on two different paths. Like, you just aren't, we aren't growing at the same rate, or I don't see the same, I guess, value in the relationship from each other, not just me, but each other. Like, how do you age with those type of friendships when you're so used to one thing for so long? Because I'm like you, I've got friends since elementary school, and I couldn't imagine them not being around, but that's part of life. People just do their own thing and go on their own path.
But I mean, things happen to you, which you have to work through it. for me, at that same age, I lost a good one of my favorite cousins, Benny, older cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And Benny called me on the phone, and I was in the middle of my busy life. He was like, come see me. I knew he was sick. He had cancer. And I was like, man, I'll get there in a couple of weeks, right? I was like, I didn't go right away. And Benny passed away the next week, right?
Damn.
And from that just hit me that I didn't have time to go see my dying cousin. And I had to live with that. I had to eat that.
Yeah.
Who was an older brother to me, who was that person to me, and I recognized that in myself, that I got intertwined in my life so deep sometimes that I didn't take time for the people that truly meant something to me. And I think that's important that we make sure, relationships are twofold. They're not single fold, right? It's twofolds to them. And if you're not being responsible for your fold, you're not a good friend in that relationship. So you're the one that's not the good friend. And sometimes in every friendship, this is one thing I've learned too, they have a journey. They end.
Yeah.
It's not personal. It's not, our lives have gone two different directions. We don't enjoy the same things. We don't think about the same things. We're not conversating about, our minds are not in the same places. Like, one of the things that frustrated me a lot with friends and just regular, these are not like my close friends, but just, you have people you just hang out with sometimes. And they're friends, but they're talking about dumb shit all the time. Like, mindless stuff. Mindless stuff.
That goes to a question that I have for this stage in life for all of us.
Yes.
Like, how do you deal with those friends though? Like, I've been knowing this person for 20, 30 years, and I'm listening to you, I'm talking to you, I'm watching you, and it don't align with what I think life is supposed to be like at this age. How do you deal with those friends as a man with this age?
I recognize that our lives are going in two different places, and as I get older, I've just recognized every journey doesn't go the full ride.
Fair enough.
It just doesn't. Every journey doesn't go the full ride.
You don't.
And you have to accept that.
Yeah, I think that it just depends on what type of friendship it is, too. You know what I mean? If we talking about like real, genuine. Day one.
I mean, I got day one friends that I just can't.
It's just we don't think the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just all right. So sometimes that's okay, but in the grand scheme of things, as far as like, can you be somebody that's by my side for the rest of life? Because sometimes I think a lot of the relationships, especially day ones, you have that connection of them being a day one. So you always going to be there and be present for them in some way.
That's my guy. That's my brother.
And that's my brother. That's my guy. But I have a cousin that used to tell me, man, sometimes you gotta love people from across the street. That's just kind of what it is. Like, you can't. If you ever need me, call me. But I'm not about to be part of this day to day. I'm not. We're just not in that part of life anymore. And that's cool. And I think for me, getting older, that's one of the most telling things. Not telling things, but very interesting things. When you really dwindle down and like, yo, I only really talk, or even let's say have time, make time. We'll say have time. Make time to talk to a handful of people. There are people I might catch up with on IG, people you catch up with, every random text, but actually reaching out first. I know you should probably seen that meme, Spike Lee, where it says, stop texting people, stop being the first person to reach out and see how many friends you got. And I think about that on the sense of, what if who am I not reaching out to? Who's the person that's always reaching out to me first? And then I have to really take a dive into either A, I need to be a better friend, or B, this relationship has just ran its course. I have zero interest in
what
reaching out.
It is.
Yeah, it kind of is what it is. Like, And there doesn't need to be a grand conversation or anything like that. It's just life just keeps going. Like, you gonna do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. If we ever ran into each other, it's gonna be love. I'm gonna give you a big hug. I'm gonna ask how you doing. It's gonna be good to see you. But we're just at that phase of life where I'm talking to the people either daily or weekly, or I'm talking to them every few months, and that's just there's no in between.
See, that's interesting, and I understand what both of you are saying, but from a sense of, there's still people in my life who we've been through the trenches together.
Yeah,
like it's like we've been there together. Like it's anything that you are going through, you should be able to call me for. We should be able to make this happen. If you need
100%.
me, I'm there.
100%.
However, at this stage in our lives, we're like, I don't know if it's the wisest thing to do, and you calling me on this level or turned up to this portion, and I fuck with you, I love you, I want you to be in the best possible situation, but I don't know if I'm with what you calling me and asking me to do.
And that's the
How
conversation.
do you navigate that at this age in life?
I'm just, bro. I'm
not there no more. I mean, I mean, you eventually have to do it, because
I got a quote for you, Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you understanding me. The game ain't in me no more. None of it. That's what Cuddy told Avon, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, you got to look at Cuddy, looked at himself in the mirror and say, man, I'm just not that dude no more. I'm a different person.
But
I'm a different
look,
human
Rich,
being.
this is your brother. This
This
is a person who you thought we're aligned for life just because of the shit that we've been through. Just because of the places that the lows that we've been to together. I'm aligned with this brother for life. So now he calling me and it's on the line. How do you handle? I ain't there no more, bro. I don't know what to tell you when you call.
That's what you tell him.
That's what you tell. I was about to say, I don't know what to tell you.
Hey,
like I can't do. I'm not that person. I can't do that. Like, at this point in my life, I got way too much to lose.
Exactly.
Or whatever the case is. Like, it can't. I love you. Like, that doesn't change. And here's the thing: saying no sometimes it could be the greatest form of love.
It don't mean I don't love you.
No,
saying no don't mean I don't love you.
Right.
Nah.
I just can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't show up like that.
Right. I mean, my best friend in the whole world. I mean, from little being young to now. I mean, we not there like that no more, because his life just didn't evolve in the same aspects as mine, and and I just can't do, and I hate to say it like that. I can't show up for you like that. Right, I don't. Like that. I mean, and then I got 4 grown children and 3 grandchildren who I reserve that for them.
I show up for
like
my
what
wife
I
like
need
that.
when I need to
I show up for my children for like that. Yeah,
that's who I need it for. I have to have it in a holster for them. If I unload the clip for you, and then they call,
that's good.
I got to keep it in the holster for the most important group that I got to protect, and that's my kids and the people closest to me. It's and you my friend, but now that I got family, that's the thing. When you get older, things priorities change. It doesn't stay exactly the same. When we 16 and we both snot nose and we just trying to get through this day of school together and have each other back there, versus you got a family, I got a family. I mean, you got to ask yourself at the end of the day, what is, like you said, what's the assessment? Like, really do inventory of your life, and really, when I say inventory, I'm like, look at it all. Look at your bank account statements, everything, and decide.
Spike, let me ask you this, and I'll explain what I mean. It's not just anybody, but when's the last time you went through your phone and just deleted numbers? I'm not talking about your day ones. I'm not talking about your brothers, but really just took a look. Going to what we've been discussing earlier about inventory. Like, it's
A
funny how
long
you
time.
I challenge you to go through your contact list and just clear up some stuff, man. I'm a big believer that nothing gets accomplished in clutter. You know what I mean? I want to have clean spaces everywhere around me. You know what I mean? If my space is cluttered, my mind is cluttered, and I'm not getting the maximum productivity out of myself, in my opinion. So I try to keep everything clean. I try to keep everything neat, and try to keep everything organized to the best of my ability. And one day I just looked at my contacts and I'm like, how much? And it's not really that deep, but figuratively, how much dead weight do I still just carrying around with me on my phone every day? How many relationships am I just like, this shit's done? Like, there's been so many things that you just carry on just because of familiarity or the comfortability. And it's like, nah, it just is what it is. And like I said, there doesn't have to be a talk, doesn't have to be anything, but I haven't used this number in 5 years. Why are you still, you get what I'm saying? And because there's ways now with technology, we can get a hold of each other. We can reach. And I'm always going to be, the people I'm always going to be there for don't qualify for this. I'm always going to keep their number, keep their contact. I'm talking about just general, why is this person on my phone? Who is this? Get rid of it. Just clear up. And then you can have a starting point for, all right, out of this 8 of my contacts, who are the 5 most important to me? Who are the 5 that I want to make sure I learn from, build from, grow from? Because I do strongly believe that you are the 5 people that you hang yourself with. You know what I'm saying? If you're around 5 people, you're going to be the 6. If you're around 5 fit people, you're going to be the 6. If you're around 5 people that's getting money, you're going to be the 6-1. You know what I mean? If you're around 5 broke people, you're going to be the 6 broke person. Like, I really believe that. And it took me a while to realize, man, like, yo, when I hang around certain people, I feel like life just elevates. When I have conversations with these people, life just elevates. I don't feel like I'm stagnant. I don't feel like my brain ain't working. Like, that's just shit what I need in order to grow. And detachment and decluttering is kind of a big thing for me at this point in life, just because in this next phase, in this next journey, I only want the people that's we all making each other better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what this is what it is. I love everyone else. I love my peoples. Like, I'll always be there for you. But the day-to-day part of it might not look the same. Just because I'm doing other shit and you doing your thing, and they too different. I'm gonna mess up your shit you got going on. You're gonna mess up my shit I got going on. Call me when you need
it. Facts.
You know, and here's the thing too. I think you got to start to find your tribe. Like, who is the people? Like you said, the energy in the room that you want to be in. Because energies lead you. Like, I mean, it's just like anything. What you start to manifest that same energy. Like, if you're around broke energy, you start to manifest broke energy. And that's some of the issues but I mean, when you separate, you might separate financially, you might separate because I'm married, you never got married, and you still want to live a single life, and I can't roll like that when I go out, right? Like, there's so many different factors that could lead to that. And so you got to manifest the energy, manifest the life, manifest the things that you want. I mean, I remember I went to Ghana and then talked about it in my church group. 39. We went to Ghana this past couple of months ago. 39 church members, right? Went. So by that conversation, people wanted to go. But what's funny is when I got over there, I put a plan together to buy condos. And what I told everybody, I says, here's the thing that I know most about us. When I say us, I'm talking about Black people. You talk about going on a trip, doing something, partying, having a good time, they will line up, get their money together, and do it.
Facts.
You mentioned that same money. That's what I said.
Investment.
The same money everybody paid to fly over here, to get a hotel, spending money for the week. Let's put that together and let's buy a condo over here. Crickets. Not one person. So, and that's what I mean by, at some point. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think we have this thing amongst us ourselves is I don't trust you. I trust what I see on the news. I trust every day. I just don't trust you to be able to get me to the position that capitalistic society has said I need to get to. I don't trust you. And if you you have that thought process, I definitely can't trust you. I think that's the downfall from how we look at it as Black Americans amongst each other.
Yeah, and that's tough.
Yeah.
My fault. I was gonna say that's tough.
No, go
that's
ahead.
a tough realization when you realize somebody who I love dearly with all my heart will give my last to. I don't necessarily trust you enough to where it can be. I can
that's our
elevate
downfall.
and be the best. Yeah.
No, that is the big hoax. Like this is what civil rights gave us. It completely told us we can't do any of that.
As far as
What do you
like
mean?
not
Go
bringing
more
people, you got to
into
bring
that. Go
everybody
more
with
into
you.
that. Yeah.
I mean,
Go more into that.
pre-1964, I did some research on this. Construction business, Black-owned construction business, we owned over 18% of construction businesses. Hotels, restaurants, pharmacies, doctor's offices, banks, because we couldn't get insurance companies, we couldn't get services, and we couldn't go into their businesses and spend money. So by force, we were in business. We were in business as a community. We had thriving communities. From 1965 to 72, we were down to like 2% of businesses in this country, and it's gone down since that point.
Yeah.
So we were sold a dream of get education, go get a job. That was our American dream. Go get a good job, right? And the understanding of investing is that's what I mean. What investing is and how it works and how you can take a group and put smaller portions in and do bigger swings and do bigger hits and bigger licks. Like, here's the thing though. When you go out and buy that Mercedes, it costs you $100K. The moment you turn left off the parking lot, it's worth $90K. But you're cool with that loss. You're cool with that
why
risk.
Why not be cool with that
but
loss?
You're not cool
risk?
with any business risk. You have one bad business experience, one bad loss.
I don't want to do this shit.
You don't want. You're done.
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to make money. I thought we were supposed to make money with this.
I mean, we may not have been. I don't know. Business is the ultimate.
That's a good point that you're bringing up.
There is no 100%. There has never been one created on Earth. So yes,
I think we quick to look at other entrepreneurs and be like, "Oh, you full of shit."
Yeah.
Just because this idea that I had didn't work. I got plenty more ideas that can work. This one just happened to not work. And now we are in an uproar as a community and like, oh, he's a scam. He's this, he's that.
Or
versus, go ahead.
The person who puts it together winds up making way more money than you did. You didn't make the same money that they made. So that you have a problem.
You thought
with
you were supposed to. Yeah.
Even though you don't have a clue how the project works, how it got put together, and all of that, but you still think,
That's one of our talking about downfalls. That's one of them right there.
Yeah.
The idea of what we're owed. The idea of what we're supposed to have. That's the biggest enemy.
Where do you think that entitlement comes from? Either one of you. Where does that entitlement come from? Like, I invested in this. I'm supposed to see this from that. Like, I don't think
I think it's a lack of understanding. They don't understand business. So, and we've been taught to want to look like it, not be it.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean? Wait.
What look do you like mean? Like I got
I'm about to say, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I look like I got it.
Yeah. Like you look, I know they said I got a $500 wallet, but I ain't got $500 in it. That's
exactly.
I got the Gucci, I got the Escalade, but it's parked outside the apartment building that I'm renting. Versus the homes that I own or apartment building that I own. It's the look of having money versus actually having it.
Right.
And y'all think we take more stake in the look of it versus the actual objectivity of doing it.
I think we're getting better at the financial literacy and understanding, but I think a big part of it is lack of education.
Yeah.
You know, and the people that we looked up to who latched on to the youth. You know, you think about rappers, you think about athletes. Remember, we grew up in the bling bling era. Like, why wouldn't I want to? The cool thing to get, we talked about this at the beginning of the episode or the chapter. The idea of, or maybe it was off air, I can't remember. The idea of the importance of kids and youth feeling cool and feeling like they're accepted in society and they know the norms and what that looks like. So when you're conditioned at 12, 13, that this is what that is, then you're going to navigate or gravitate towards it. We didn't have anybody, at least in our community and a lot of our families either, that told us about your credit score and how to actually maintain it and what the importance is, or about investing or getting into the stock market or anything of that nature, right? Or starting your 401k, or starting all types of IRA or Roths, all types. Those conversations just unfortunately don't happen within our community, and there's so many other things you can say about it. We're playing way behind in the race, and it's intentionally that's set that way. So I get it, but I think we're now getting to that point where you have Earn Your Leisure and all these other pods and black men who are on top of even David, right? I remember David saying that, and actually in a couple of weeks I'm gonna be hitting you up because I got some questions about money that I need to be invested, where I should get it. Unfortunately, some people learn that at 18 and we learn it at 40.
Yeah.
You know, I think David even said it, man. If I was y'all age, I wish I would have known more about investing.
I wish I
my
knew
future
more
self.
Exactly.
And there's people that grow up with that. They learn that at 7 years old.
Right. And that's what I mean too by learning to incorporate AI. Right. I literally get up in the morning and get on chat and have a full, what if I'm at this age, I want to achieve this level of wealth. Give me a full layout of what I need to do, how I need to accomplish it. Like start to work with chat and start to try to figure out. One thing about it, it will lay out nice plans. You don't have to use them, but it does give you a good baseline to start with, to start to build on. And I think you need to understand how to use it. If you don't understand, you know, financial and how it works, teach yourself. Like, don't be afraid. Like, you got to use that muscle. It's just like, you know, physically, you got to mentally use the muscle. And, you know, if you find yourself, you know, like I said, when you do the inventory, and I don't want to say anything about anybody's life, but if you find yourself that TV, you got time for 4 or 5 hours of TV every day, but you got zero time to invest in yourself. Because literally what you're doing is watching somebody else's goal, watching somebody else's work. You're not minding your own goal. And I learned that from my dad. I remember it was a Super Bowl Sunday. And I'm in the back I'm just watching the game. And he comes back, he's looking for me. He's like, Sunday is our busiest day. He's like, what are you doing? He said, why are you back here? Well, you know, out front, helping, making sure we, you know. I was like, oh man, I was just trying to watch the game, the Super Bowl. And he was like, let me tell you something. This is our Super Bowl right here.
Did that.
Knowing his dad, that 1,000,000% tracks.
I believe
he's like, he said, you watching somebody else's Super Bowl instead of your own Super Bowl? And that was a moment in my life, another one of those moments in my life where he said something that triggered a different thought about focusing on the right things, focusing on what I should be focusing on. And, you know, and I think people spend way too much of their time.
That speaks to what we're talking about here as far as perspective of getting older and how we process stuff. It's like something that someone had told me at 25, I wouldn't get it. But what you just said, if your dad, being everything that he's accomplished and wants to do, come tell me that at whatever age, it's like, oh, I get it now. Your dad, he has been one of the most influential people in my life in the sense of this is how business works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna operate on these standards. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
I know this works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep doing this because I know this works, even in my old age. Or
Mm-hmm.
if y'all think I'm out in the sense of, oh, this is the younger generation, how you do stuff. I'm like, no, your dad, he stands on I know how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Stop fucking with me. Stop asking me questions. Stop. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a lot from what the story you just told and how I interpret it in the sense of even I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef. I'm in the podcast business. But even in the podcast business, looking at him and understanding how he does shit, it's like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, focus on the main thing. Like learn what the main thing. He would say, stop majoring in the minors. Like you majoring in the minors.
I don't care
Like,
nothing about none of
you majoring in all the minor shit.
Fact.
You're not majoring in none of the major stuff. Right. And
Fact.
you know, and you gotta learn to train your mind to stay focused on what is really serving you.
Yeah.
Like,
What
what's
am I
really
doing?
serving you?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Like that. Your dad was one of the first people that made me understand in the sense of like, what am I doing, bro?
Shout out to your dad, because every time I hear a story about him, I want to meet him.
Yeah.
I just want to meet him because I'm sure he's exactly the way y'all describe him.
He is.
I forget who told the story. I don't know who told the story about everybody being on vacation. That might have been the last time we were on there. Yeah. The bus and all that stuff. Yeah. So shout out to him, man.
He's one of a kind. Hey, he's one of a kind, bro.
As we get ready to wrap things up, David, I want to just kind of leave the floor for you. I want to ask you your words to myself, to Spike Lou, to all the other bookworms who might be in our same age bracket too. If you gave us just some pieces of advice as we're entering 40s, in our early part of 40s, continue to age, what does the David Swett Jr. now tell that younger version or that younger generation? What to look forward to and what to actually do now to prepare for that?
I would say immediately, the number one thing I would do this weekend is pull my yearly bank statements and find what I'm spending my money on and start to direct it to paying my future self.
Got you.
Because you're turning 38, I'm turning 58. 20 years of paying yourself, the value of that is, you know, I didn't figure it out until my 40s, late 40s. And I've been doing it now almost a decade. And it's changed the trajectory of my, you know, just in that little bit of time. So I can only imagine if I started 10 years before that. Right.
Gotcha.
So the stock market, since the stock market's existence, it's had bad months, it's had bad weeks, it's had bad quarters. It's never had a bad year.
That's enough. That's fair enough.
That's a K-Flex bomb. Flex bomb.
Yeah, shout out to Clue bomb.
So that would be the number one thing I would do is really get a hold of what I'm spending on and does it serve me?
Real quick, before you give other gems to us, other jewels, it's fascinating. I haven't done this on a grand scale, but I am now that you mention that. I literally pull my yearly statements, but I remember 1 month. It was some years ago, but 1 month I just looked at my statement just to see how much money I spent on eating fast food. And I was astonished by how much money I spent. Because you think it's just a couple dollars here and there. You look at the numbers like, yo, like that's embarrassing almost.
My income.
Yeah, so now I'm curious to look month by month and see what I spent my money on and really break it down in one final tier and really gear up. Because that's what's big for me right now is gearing up for 2026. So we'll talk about that next week.
You would be amazed. So I call it replacement theory, right? Simply take, so even if it's a $12 a month, $25 a month bill that is not serving you, and you were spending that money anyway. Take that $25, instantly start investing it.
Yeah.
And just forget about it. Put it on automatic. And then come back and look at it in 2 years and you'll be like, holy shit. Like whatever that little bullshit I was buying has turned into like, you know, real money. That's real money that's there. That's accumulated. Yeah.
He's not just selling y'all stuff. He sent me, David sent me personally. I was spending this on Jordans. I was spending this on whatever it may be. And now here is what it looks like 2 years later. He sent me that. 6 figures.
Shit. Well, I'm definitely gonna be reaching out to you to get some like literally in the next 10 days. I'm
yeah.
promise.
No problem. I'm here for you. Yeah.
Anything else as far as just what you would tell brothers like myself, Spike Lewis, we continue to fight this good fight, man. Continue to grow.
You are enough. You are enough. You are enough.
You are enough.
That's
good.
You don't have to be more than what you are. What you have to do is continue to fill more spaces with the things that you love, with the things that brings value to your life. Fill more of your space with that. Fill more of your time with that, and less energy and time to the stuff that once you recognize what doesn't serve you, move on from it. I mean, it will hurt. Sometimes things, like you said, with a friend or that moment, but in a year, you'll realize, wow, my life got a lot better because I don't have to deal with it. And, you know, and you deal with it on your terms. Just like I said, you don't stop loving people, but I can't love you the same way. I can't love you in the same space. I can't love you in the same, because we're not growing in the same directions, and, you know, and that's choices on everybody's part. I don't begrudge you for your choices. Don't begrudge me for mine. You know, if this is the direction you want to go, I can't go that direction anymore.
That's real. That's real. It's just that
you are enough.
You are enough.
I may do some merch with that, Dave. I get what you want it. Like, you are enough is like that's it.
That might be the official episode title.
You are enough.
I mean, you are enough. Tell yourself that every day. You are enough.
Damn, that's good.
I like that. I think that's a perfect way to end things.
Yeah.
David, we definitely appreciate you coming on. This is your second appearance as a co-author. Won't be the last, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to many more conversations in 2026. I'll personally be reaching out to you. I still got your number before this year is over, because, like I said, I do have some money that I want to make sure I invest to get some advice from you and things of that nature. And I appreciate you being a resource in that sense and extending yourself to help me out with that. So thank you. And Spike Lou, my brother. Couldn't do this without you, man.
Absolutely, man. Shouts out to my brother, man. Like, great appearance. I love when you're on here. I always get good feedback from people that listen to the show. So shouts out to you.
Man, shout out to you guys. Great. This conversation is needed. I'm glad you guys are the ones having it. Keep having them. I mean,
yes,
you know, we as brothers and black men, black women too, we can't be afraid of who we are and afraid of, like, we are who we are. Like, it's enough. Don't try to be what they want you to be or conform you to be. We have cold spoke long enough. Like, it's time for us to accept who we are and become it.
We cold spoke long enough.
I'm with it. Let's go. All right, bookworms. We'll catch y'all. Remember, one more episode after this for the year 2025 before we gear up for 2026. We appreciate y'all. Catch y'all next week. We out.
Peace.
Peace.